You know, I never thought my honeymoon would end like this, with me turning my brand new husband into a drag queen. And yet, here we are. 7 months later, our marriage has been transformed in ways I could never have imagined, all starting with a single glittering experiment on a tropical beach. I thought I knew him. I thought I had Andrew completely figured out. Kind, adventurous, gorgeous, my perfect 10. I knew his favorite meals, the way he laughed at his own jokes, even where he left his socks. I thought I had it all. I was so incredibly, blissfully wrong. And honestly, I've never been happier to be mistaken in my life. Picture this: our honeymoon, the Maldives, crystal clear water, powdery beaches, the kind of paradise that feels like a dream. And instead of romance, I found myself watching my husband step into a midnight blue sequin gown. Dark feathers cascading like shadows, black heels giving him 6 inches of pure confidence. And the man in the mirror? I barely recognized him. Hi, I'm Luna, and this is the story of how I discovered that sometimes the person you think you know, inside and out, can surprise you in the most beautiful ways imaginable. 3 days before this sequin revelation, I was walking down the aisle toward my perfect 10. Andrew stood there, in his classic black tuxedo, and I swear, time stopped. The petals were falling, the sun was shining just right, and I looked into his eyes and thought, I know him completely. But little did I know, I knew nothing. Here's a secret Andrew didn't know. I'm obsessed with drag queens. Not casually. Completely fascinated. RuPaul's Drag Race, makeup tutorials, everything. I devoured it all. Drag is art, pure and unapologetic. It's storytelling, performance, transformation. And for years, I kept it a private passion, because most guys don't understand. Most guys see it as weird. Most guys just don't get it. But on our honeymoon, with the sun setting and the ocean glowing, I felt brave enough to tell him. I have to admit something, I said, my heart racing. I'm kind of obsessed with drag queens. I braced for confusion, embarrassment, maybe a polite chuckle. But Andrew, his eyes lit up. Really? That's so cool. I've never been to a drag show, but let's try it. Why not? It's our honeymoon. Let's make it unforgettable. ... The next day, we went shopping. Wigs, makeup, sequins, hours of laughter and posing in mirrors. Andrew threw himself into it completely, every look more fabulous than the last. And then came the dress, the midnight blue gown. When he stepped in front of the mirror, it wasn't just Andrew anymore. It was Arya, the glamorous, confident, unstoppable persona that had been hiding inside him all along. I'll never forget that moment. The makeup, the wig, the heels, and the confidence that radiated from him. He posed, spun, vogued like he'd been born to do it. It wasn't just a fun honeymoon activity. This was Andrew discovering a part of himself he never knew existed, and I got to witness it. He laughed, he twirled, he was fearless. And in that moment, I realized something profound. Love isn't about changing someone. Love is creating space for them to become more themselves. When we got home, Arya didn't disappear. Our spare bedroom became her space, our sanctuary. Weekend transformations became rituals. Each time, I saw Andrew more confident, more creative, more joyful. And Arya wasn't an alter ego. She was an extension of him, a celebration of the part of himself he'd never had permission to explore before. 7 months later, our lives are intertwined with creativity, art, and discovery. The midnight blue gown still hangs in Arya's closet next to Andrew's business suits, a symbol of how unexpected, beautiful, and unapologetically fabulous life can be when you let love and curiosity lead the way. You might think the fun ended once Arya, stepped out in that midnight blue gown. But that was just the beginning. After that first night, we realized something amazing. Drag wasn't just about costumes or makeup. It was a doorway into a whole new way of seeing ourselves and each other. Back in our suite, I set up a little station like a professional makeup artist. Wigs, brushes, palettes, everything meticulously arranged. Andrew sat in the chair, his eyes wide with excitement, a little nervous too. "Okay, close your eyes and trust me," I said, picking up the primer. And then we began. Layer by layer, I watched him transform. Foundation, contour, highlighting. The process was almost meditative. And then the eyes. Oh, the eyes. Smoky blues, silvers, wings so precise I could hardly believe it. False lashes, perfectly arched brows, a bold red lipstick. And then the wig, the sleek black bob that made my heart skip a beat. When he finally turned to face the mirror, I caught my breath. "Is that really me?" he whispered. And the truth, it was both him and not him. It was Andrew. Yes, but filtered through creativity, courage, and artistry. Arya had arrived. And then the magic really began. Music, imagined in the room, started to move him. He spun, posed, vogued like he'd been doing this his whole life. Each movement radiated confidence, joy, freedom. I couldn't stop laughing and crying at the same time. Watching him discover this side of himself, seeing him completely unapologetic and radiant, it was pure love in motion. That night, we didn't just experiment with drag, we discovered a new dimension of our marriage. Andrew realized how powerful it felt to step outside societal expectations. I realized how much joy there is in creating space for someone you love to truly express themselves. And we realized this wasn't a one-time thing. This was the start of something beautiful, ongoing, and transformative. Over the next few days, each transformation became a ritual. Sometimes Arya was elegant, regal, sophisticated. Other times, playful, flirty, daring. Andrew explored parts of himself he never knew existed, and I got to witness it all. We laughed until our sides hurt. We took photos, videos, little keepsakes of moments that were ours alone. By the end of our honeymoon, Arya wasn't just a fun experiment. She had become part of our marriage, a shared language of creativity, trust, and love. And watching Andrew step into her world, I realized something that would stay with me forever. Sometimes, the person you think you know completely can surprise you in the most extraordinary, beautiful ways. Coming home from the Maldives, I thought our honeymoon magic might fade. But Arya, she didn't disappear. We converted our spare bedroom into what we jokingly called Arya's room. Wigs, sequins, makeup, her little kingdom. And every weekend, it became sacred space, a place where Andrew could explore, create, and just be. The first time he fully transformed at home, it felt different. No tropical sunsets, no soft ocean breeze. Just him, me, and our little room of magic. But it was just as special. Watching him step into Arya, seeing his posture change, the confidence radiating. It was like meeting someone I'd always known but had never really seen. We developed our own rituals: preparation, transformation, the big reveal, photography, and then the gentle return to Andrew. It became a dance, a shared language of trust and creativity. Some nights, Arya was sophisticated and commanding. Other nights, playful, flirtatious, teasing. Each transformation revealed something new. About Andrew, about us, about what love could look like when it's fearless. What amazed me most wasn't just the glamour, it was the freedom it gave him. Suddenly, Andrew was more confident in everything: work, friendships, even the way he walked into a room. He'd discovered courage in sequins and heels, creativity in eyeliner and lipstick, and I got to witness it all. There's something incredible about watching someone you love step fully into themselves. watching them discover joy where they never expected to find it, watching them laugh at themselves, play, create. That's what Arya brought into our marriage. Not just fun, but connection, trust, and a deeper understanding of who Andrew is. And yes, there were challenges. Learning heels was like physics class. Perfecting eyeliner took patience. Some days he doubted himself, but every time he looked in the mirror, the smile, the spark, the confidence, it reminded us why we were doing this. It wasn't about performance. It was about discovery. It was about love. 7 months later, Arya isn't just a persona. She's an extension of Andrew, a way for him to express creativity, artistry, and femininity that's always been inside him. And for me, she's a reminder that love grows in the spaces we create for each other, in trust, curiosity, and shared adventure. So if you've ever wondered what it means to truly see someone, to create space for them to shine, this is it. Love isn't about changing someone. It's about giving them permission to step into the fullest version of themselves. And sometimes, the person you thought you knew holds worlds inside you never imagined.